Don't.
Is Baunia. And what other corners are there? In the number 12 corner.
If you either you mention the 13 or you don't mention.
Let me just mention 2. Let me just mention the 2 because it's today.
Yeah.
Today though, number 12 is addressing the press on the true state of the nation. As
Number 12 is Cheddar.
Yes. So he's addressing the media on the true state of the nation as he sees it. So it'll be interesting to listen to him and what he has to tell us about the true state of the nation. I mean, he's been around some of the constituencies, some of the other regions, and maybe he can tell us.
To be fair, to be very, very fair to Cheddar, he's put up quite a campaign.
Yeah.
You know, like, see, so now what, another thing that really excites me or it's really fascinating for me to do is like when I meet people, I try to gauge their thinking going into the election, the political mood. I ask them questions. And see, my Baba told me point blank that he's voting for the current MP, Darkwa Newman, right? He thinks Darkwa has done amazing in 4 years, and 4 years has not been enough to judge an MP.
Right.
So he was going to vote for Darkwa.
Give her another 4.
And I asked him, who are you voting for? He says Cheddar. Yeah. And he's so, and it wasn't just him. It's like the barbering place I go to has become like some mini center where a lot of these guys come. He has like a PS5 there, they are playing. And like the Cheddar refrain was popular. And I'm like, hang on, wait a minute. Like, what is happening?
Yeah,
like,
is
there something I'm not catching? Right? So it'll be interesting how it plays out. The polls, though, suggest that overall, Alan still appears a popular third choice. But we'll see the results. But, the Cheddar thing is catching on. If you are watching a Cheddar, you are also part of the Cheddar. Just maybe tell us why.
Part of the Cheddar.
Yeah, you are part of the Cheddar steez. Because I want to know why.
Well, maybe his 12 pillars have spoken to people, or maybe he resonates with the youth more.
Are we ready for a third force? I don't think so.
But he can try.
The certain things would have to be put in place for a resolute third force, right? If you look at how our democracy is even set up, parliament, right? How is it going to function? The constitution is clear on where your minister should come from, right? So there are so many intricacies to this, so much that I don't really think that we have the necessary structures in place to accommodate an independent candidate president, right? So, but for some reason, Cheddar is really catching on, Nana Kwame Bediako.
7 days. In 7 days, we'll be left and right.
If you are supporting Cheddar, tell us why. Right?
And if you're not?
If you are not, tell us why as well. So just send a message into the show.
So not just Cheddar. Let's say if you're supporting a third party, aside the 2 major parties that we know of, tell us why. If you're not, and you'd rather stick with what we know, tell us why.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So our question for today is that if you're supporting a third party, that is, let me not mention any of the other parties before I forget one. So any of the other parties, aside the 2 major political parties that we know, tell us why. And if you're supporting, or if you're not supporting them and supporting the 2 major parties too, tell us why. That's our question to you today. Send it to the WhatsApp number, hold on, 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Alternatively, you can send it to our social media handles with the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend. I was about to say Sunday breakfast. With the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend. And alternatively, you can also send it to my ex handle, Inu_S, and Jude's at Mensa Duncan.
I know.
Without the H.
I was going to say that, did you see Ekradon cause 1 week? May her soul rest in peace.
I saw snippets.
Charlie Solokupan.
They're celebrating her life.
Oh, Ghanaians don't respect.
Have you been to a Nigerian funeral?
Hello. Charlie, our revenge stateswoman has passed.
You're number 3 on the ballot.
We are number 3. Solid presidential, experienced presidential candidate.
Yeah.
No, stop. No, stop. I'm serious.
Agreeing
Stop, I'm
with you.
serious. And she has passed. You've not even buried her. And we are doing 1 week. And you are treating Soluku.
Yeah.
Charlie, I said some guy be he wear Mahama t-shirt. Then the lady in front, he wear Baumia t-shirt. Where the guy, he raise the leg, he do the leg like this. you know, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, guys, is there something I'm not getting?
They are treating Soluku.
They are treating Soluku. And they are
Soluku.
I'm like,
Eh. No, but you see, they're celebrating her. Like, what time was this? Around what time was this?
Oh, this was I can't tell. It was a video I saw.
It was a video you saw.
Yeah.
Okay, but it didn't look like it was. But because you know, during like like getting to the latter part, like 5, 6-ish thereabouts, it turns into.
But this one is not even like
a
the
party.
proper funeral. This is like
The 1 week.
this is 1 week. So
We're celebrating
Ebushane the boy
the
Amanye.
life that was. That is no longer there. Presidential candidate. You put us in trouble. Let's do the papers briefly. Let's do the papers because if I follow you, I'll go and say something and then.
And you be raising your leg like all you
realize-
might know is someone's wife. Then the man, the way he has held the
Oh, I
waist,
doubt.
yeah.
In that moment,
Yeah.
the joy and the fun
every constituency and every result. Our team will provide in-depth data-driven analysis
and go loud, because with GoTV, Bronya City. From match days and movie days to local stories, big little adventures.
Really?
It's unmatched entertainment for the whole family.
Yes.
GoTV brings the joy anytime, anywhere. Get your festive season sorted. Get GoTV.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Pop too, and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude Duncan. Just gone by the What's Happening segment where we brought you all the big events you need to be aware of happening this week, and of course also Situation Party happening later next month, 24th December to be precise. Now we shift focus, talk about something else, a book launch, really inspiring and amazing one. And joining us in studio, the author himself, Apostle Samuel Bempong. You know, Charlie, he's a big man. You know, he's a big man. Apostle, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you in studio.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here too.
Offset, I was talking about how very challenging it is to come up with something like this.
Yes.
Right. Maybe to start with, what was your motivation coming up with this new book, leading?
There's Lead You, Lead Me.
Lead You,
There are
Lead
actually
Me.
4 books, but I think we are looking at 2 now.
2 now. Wow.
Yes.
What's your motivation behind this?
The motivation has always been my purpose. You know, purpose is everything. Purpose is what drives me. Yes, and so that has been my motivation. It's more or less like I'm on a mission. And so it's an assignment that I'm trying to achieve. You know, so that's what pushed me to write these books. Like you said, it's been challenging for some of the book. I still have some way back from 2015. One of these ones started 2015, 2016. But the challenges is what keeps us, keeps things slow. But we can't stop. We keep walking.
Amazing. One of my favorite guys to listen to is John Maxwell. He's a leadership coach, right? And he has this really profound thing. He says that the first person you would ever have to lead, right? Or he also sometimes refuses to say that the leader's first task is to be able to lead yourself. Wow. So you can't lead others until you've led yourself.
No.
Right?
No.
You can't discipline others until you yourself
You are
disciplined.
disciplined. Yes.
So it's interesting how you couch
Yeah.
the title of this particular book.
Lead
you're
You,
talking about.
Lead Me.
Lead You, Lead Me.
Yes.
You know, why that title?
You just explained it for me. So
Or maybe your thoughts and that of John Maxwell or the perspectives could be different. So yeah.
You know, when you're talking about something, and one way to know this is the truth is to have different confirmation from different angles. I may be saying one thing, talking about a subject. If you meet another person that knows much about that subject too, you know that we'll be saying the same thing. That means they both have not just the knowledge, but also have experienced it and they've come up with some theories or the knowledge that have to be propagated to help others. So the title simply means to be able to lead. In fact, life itself is all about leadership.
True.
Not because I'm a pastor, but if we can look at the various religions and their leaders. Prophet Muhammad desires or wants or teaches Muslims to be like him, or the teachings that he brought. So yes, exactly. And Jesus Christ, Christians, he is our top model. Everybody desires to be like Christ. That is what we are supposed to be. So if Jesus wants us to be like him, then it's leadership, even in religion, because you have to be like your leader. You learn to be like him, and then you also make disciples. So life is all about leadership. In the house, your father, or the people we name our children after. When we were growing up, before you name somebody after someone, they look at certain things. The person's character, how well the person is doing in society, with the mindset that the child will grow to become like the person he's being named after. Sometimes we hear some people saying, "Oh, this person looks like you," and he will go like, "Memfami Subayo," that kind of thing. Memfami Subayo. That means that you may look like me, you may try to do certain things like I do, but the character, do not emulate my character. That's leadership for you. So even fathers or parents, elder or older siblings and their younger ones, everything is leadership. Because what you have sound like unconscious mimicry. By the time you realize you're already impacting without
everything rises and falls on leadership, right?
Everything.
So, Apostle, would you agree with the phrase that leadership is service?
Yes, it is.
But we don't see that in our society. It's like everybody's doing it for themselves.
Yes.
What can I get from it? What can
exactly. That is one of the reasons, or one of the things that pushed me to write this book.
Right.
Okay.
Now, it looks like almost all the youth or people entering into politics, it's all about what is in for me. So the main focus on what leadership is supposed to be, we miss it.
Right.
That's how come the leaders fail. And that's how come places like Africa, we are the way we are. Because the right motive, the pillars of leadership, we've missed it right from the word go. So in order for us to succeed as a nation or to have good leadership, it has to start from what we are doing now, trying to propagate, educate, because a person cannot change except
they change their mindset.
Exactly. So when you go to the advanced countries, I schooled in Ghana all my life, but I have cousins who schooled outside, and they told me that one of the countries, even their textbooks, wherever that country was defeated, they changed it that they defeated the other person. So right from the beginning, they push it in their children's mind and heart that they belong to a country that cannot be defeated.
Right.
So they grow up with that mindset, and so they don't care and they don't mind dying for that country because they belong to a great country. So it's like brainwashing or educating them, putting it in them, in their heart. So they see it as an honor to die for their country. Now, if we will change how leadership is in our country, we should be looking at the next probably 20, 30, 40 years to come, so that we will push more into people's heart. Otherwise, what we are doing now or what we are seeing now will keep happening.
Right. Just before we talk about your book launch, let me steer you away from your books a little. You're a trained chef, you're a songwriter, and also a lecturer.
Yes.
I don't know. He's a big man. He's a big man.
I'm interested in the chef part.
Yes. Maybe the next time we call this show, we should do something.
Do something.
I think everything was in a rush, but I pray that next time. Yes. Like I said from the beginning, it's purpose.
Yeah.
I have my calling is more someone who has a dynamic grace.
Right.
Let me speak religiously a bit. Dynamic spirit, dynamic grace. So people with that kind of gift is different from somebody trying to be a jack of all trades and master. No, that is different. You know, with this particular one, there are people who have that. Everywhere they go or everywhere you put them, they will, do
deliver.
well. Exactly, and they must deliver, and they don't struggle too much to be able to do. But there is also a side of it that is not too tasty, because they say to whom much is given, much is expected. Yeah. So every time, every stage, and what you have to diversify for or bring in, and so that's why it is like that. But yes, these are all my gifts or the areas that I've done pretty well.
Let's talk about your book launch.
Yes.
What's expected to happen? Are we launching all 4 books?
Yes, we are launching all 4 books, and then we'll have the privilege to listen to some of the leaders. Strategically, I've invited some leaders, some from the political parties, MPP, NDC, and the Yellow, Afaranto. Yes.
Did you invite GFP, Ghana Freedom Party?
Some of them are busy, in this, even those who are coming.
But I know Ghana Freedom Party, right? I mean, their flag bearer passed, but the party is still...
Mame Ekiadonko.
Yeah, her party.
I don't know any reference.
You don't know any
If I knew, I would have
on behalf of the fans and supporters of Ghana Freedom Party, you have to
let them bring a representative.
They should
We'll
bring
listen to them.
you accommodate them.
Yes. The reason being that we want to hear from them, and also it will be an opportunity to, present some of these things to them. True. That it's not as if we do not know what leadership is about, what we expect from them, but it's just that the people, our hands are tied. They are in the
privileged position.
Exactly, and it's more or less like they make decisions for us, but we still are watching and trying hard to build, to help, because the youth, it's sad. It's sad, yeah.
Wow. I like how you call it the Excel combo launch.
Yes.
So it's 4 books in one.
Yes.
And one of the books as part of this is the Lead
You, Lead Me.
Which other books?
We have Know Your Why. We strictly talk about purpose, a subject that is not, I believe, is not well spoken of.
You talk about purpose a lot, right?
Yes.
Even in this very brief conversation, you mentioned about 3 times.
Yes.
I've seen the book by Rick Warren, Purpose Driven Life.
Yes.
I think it's an amazing book.
It's an amazing book.
But you look like a purpose guy, like you always try to. So maybe just very briefly, when we say purpose and why is this so important, right? Your calling, understanding it, maybe just in a nutshell and tie it to your book launch. Why is purpose such an important thing for you?
Purpose is very important because it's everything from God to man. Everybody is born with something, whether educated or not. We have success or prosperity that comes when a person is educated, like the formal one, the academic one. And then we have success and prosperity that comes when a person, the natural one, even if an illiterate, that's what purpose does. So if you're educated and you discover your purpose, you are even more blessed, because we have a lot of graduates that are still looking for job for years now. And to be honest, looking at other countries, by the grace of God, I've had the opportunity of seeing the youth in other countries, because I've organized some youth conferences, especially across Africa. When you everywhere you go, we have challenges. No government will be able to ever produce or provide jobs for the entire citizenship. And every year, new graduates are coming in. So now, if a person knows his purpose is like why you're on earth. Purpose comes with you and dies with you until you leave the earth. Your purpose is there. So it's like an already given job or business or work that you are to do on earth for humanity.
Wow.
But we are more or less like clouded or blinded by the formal education thing, because education is like an organized something, learn this, learn that. After learning this, by the time you finish with this, we know that your brain is developed enough to handle situations in society, to help society. Wow. But unfortunately, not everybody can. Only few people who do well are those who, say, luckily or fortunately, their purpose kind of coincide with the courses and the programs they read at school. Right. So they come out successful. Yeah. But there are a lot of people, that's why people go to school, they read chemistry. When they come out, they do well in banking, everything is mixed up. So purpose is everything. In fact, if our leaders will know their purpose, no leader will fail.
And will not be in the kind of situation you find ourselves in there.
No leader will fail.
Maybe another time we'll have a broader conversation. I think it's something I'm very passionate about.
Yes.
But maybe just finally on your book launch, I mean, it's happening at the Tank Palace Hotel.
Tank Palace Hotel.
The place they be in.
It's a big man.
No, the place. See, if I start talking out to do 3 hours, so yeah, oh my
happening at the Tank Palace. What time?
Yes,
when?
Tank Palace on Tuesday, 9 o'clock a.m. It's gonna be just for 2.5 hours.
Is everybody at all invited?
Anybody that can come, is invited.
Oh, Charlie, force you do for.
But they have to come early so that because the room we have a number of that can take. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are also proud of the work you are doing.
Thank you. I'm also proud.
We wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
We'll be there to support.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, big man.
I'm grateful.
Hello. And you have any final words for Apostle?
No, he's doing amazing. Congrats on your books.
Thank you.
We wish you well at your launch.
Thank you.
Lead me. No, lead you.
Lead you. Lead me. So lead yourself.
How to
lead others.
You and lead me.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll take a quick break now. When we're back, we have a lot more for you. Samira Dede Raj, certified marketing strategist and also a real estate consultant, will be joining us on an interesting conversation on making sense, let me say, of your ceilings, right? You know, all the catch things people have been doing with their ceilings in their homes should be giving a lot more insights into that. And also, we will have a conversations with the organizers of the Head of State Award Scheme. Super guys who did amazing last night at the presidency. A lot more coming up right here on Breakfast Daily Weekend. Don't go away.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Oh, mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Matching furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashform store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashform, feel it, know it.
John, Mama Wakwaba.
Yeah, so.
Alaji, Mama Wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one on them.
I really am a gun and Tina Menemo, and Breca Cran Mijano. Tonotina Masaba.
Alaji, I had a bro.
Yo, Medasi. Mwamonim, tamana amawa which Momiana na meboabo na kakra. Na se say de my crowd say me pese me be ware no. Na me ko siesie no. Na me man san gina ne na so biom. No ye kra behwe.
Yo, abusuafo, yes sempa. Yo, amagana. Wasumo.
Mentumi ensan mechi. Your bread baby I would me fair way. Amane hu. Baby. Mentumi biom. Forward ever, backwards never.
John, wo okwanya wo de me very fast. Ahokyere ekom dum so hwa me nana ni ya free SHS ya ba ya kom anya school anko edeke ya o ma yefe
ase o ma se sambe she obo sa ahomache 2 o'clock kokura meko bank na makwa ko yiska e de abra magana na magbo ni dwetire ama na starting kokon ketenkete.
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2% oside mami abrabo eto chacha to say aviator. There be Emmaso.
Alhaji has also promised us jobs through digitalization. Ejimambe Bususe.
Alhaji dear, metene so a ne masore. Emiri bia mekani abesano. Otimi to kania light e woni phone so. Emma me ba bia wonam bia. Yo amagana. Enya me me ware amawo. Alhaji ni Jones ni wa choose.
No Ababa say. Eye Alhaji number 1.
Alhaji number one.
Eso.
Oh, Ajia.
Abba. My sister, no watch it today. Where is Ajia?
Hospital. They tested her and found out she has malaria.
Again?
Yes. The mosquitoes are too many in this area.
Why? Don't you people sleep under insecticide-treated nets?
I don't do. Because I don't feel comfortable sleeping under it. Even the one I had, I gave it to my parents.
Abba. The treated net really works, especially when you sleep under it every night and throughout the night. When you get it at fresh, dry it under the shade for at least 2 or more days.
Like under the tree?
Yes. Or any shady place that does not have direct contact with the sun. At night, ensure you tuck it in well under your mattress or mat. Leave no room for mosquitoes to enter. During the day, tie or roll it nicely to prevent damage.
I see.
When the treated net gets dirty, wash it gently with mild bar soap and hang it under the shades to dry. It can be washed 20 times and can last 3 years.
Wow.
Sew up every small hole you find in it.
This is good news.
That's it. Follow the above process of caring for insecticide-treated net and sleep under it to prevent malaria. The heat is mostly from your room. Either air doesn't come in or your windows are too small or closed. Allow enough air into your room to reduce the heat.
Hey, Ajia.
Customer.
I am so glad you're back. How are you feeling now?
I have suffered. What malaria did to me, we should all do our best to prevent it for our own good life. Now, I sleep under the new insecticide-treated net I have. It is strong, it does not tear easily, and it works the same way.
It's true. As for the pregnant women, the new treated net is given to us for free at the health centers.
Let's all come on board Good Life to eliminate malaria now.
Good Life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service and partners with support from USAID and the US President's Malaria Initiative.
Uncle! This Christmas is giving.
It's giving!
Are you ready, kids?
Sis, is the jollof ready?
These your people.
The area must be for kudos!
The jollof is ready!
Sakura. Sayang, enyo do kanno ne me de na.